kuna bill ya labor migration bill ambayo inaendelea ni tayari niliweka sahihi juzi, ndio iweze kuletwa kwa bunge, iweze kuchangia, ndio hiyo iwe katika hali ya sheria. Kwa hivyo tunatarajia kwamba itakuja mpaka hapa na itaweza kusonga nayo. The second question from Honorable Senator Mungatana, it's a brilliant question. Thank you very much. Because, sorry, uliongea na Kiswahili. Kwa sababu Nairobi sio Kenya, na Mombasa sio Kenya, na miji mikuu sio Kenya. Lazima tuwe na mikakati ya kuweza kuwafikia watu. Nilikuwa nimeanza safari ya kwenda katika kila county, kuanzia katika kila county kuongelesha ndugu dada zetu, lakini tukakuwa na upungufu wa hali ya fedha. Unajua kuna upungufu wa zile budget yetu ilikatwa kuweza safari hizo, na pia niliona kulikuwa na changamoto kidogo wa zile safari nilizoenda. Nikaona kuna agencies na mikakati ambayo kweli ilikuwa lazima kwanza nilainishe, ndio tusiende tujichimbie shimo. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni mambo ambayo naendelea kumaliza, na hivi karibuni nitarejea. Nitaka kufanya kazi sana na waheshimiwa wa Senate na pia wa National Assembly, ndio tuweze kushirikiana. Wakati naja mahali na waeleza, mnapanga watu wenyu, pengine hata mnawasaidia na nauli kidogo, tunaenda mahali ambapo ni karibu. Nikienda county fulani moja, nisiende tu mahali pamoja, niende recruitment mahali pawili ama patatu hivi. Na kuna mpango ambao naangalia ambapo nitaweza kuwauliza nyinyi wenyewe mkiwa kule kijijini, muweze kuwatambua wale ambao wamehitimu, ndio tuanzie hapo. Isikuwe ni kazi ya sisi kutoka kuja hapo. Nyinyi waheshimiwa ambao mmepigiwa kura na wananchi, mnawakilisha, muweze kusaidia. Senator Wakoli, you talked about the team in Bungoma. I'm not conversant on that process. What I know is that before people go overseas, they have to undertake medical care. They have to undergo medical tests. And the tests can be quite expensive. It means x-rays for your chest, looking for TB, blood, infections and such. And so I believe that the move for people to register for SHA is so that when they go for medicals, part of that medical fee is covered already by their registration. But I'll follow up to find out on that aspect of why it is happening that way. Senator Kio, I'd like to just clarify that I never said that Kenyans are big-headed activists. I was reporting what they told me. And I was just saying that we need to, the spirit of Kenyans that makes us great. We are people who are very well educated, very liberal, very democratic. We know our rights and we fight for our rights. And that's a very good spirit, and that's what makes us a very great nation. And so we need to bridge between our rights and our information and our ability to speak our voices with how to do it. The issue is not what to do, but it's how you're doing it. When you go to a foreign country that may not have the democratic rights like we do in our country, you need to understand how to navigate the aspects of those countries. Even countries with democratic rights. Everybody frowns upon a foreigner coming to shout in their country. If we had foreigners in our country, employed here, starting to demonstrate in the streets of Nairobi, you'll see Kenyans saying, warudi kwao. Kwani hao ni nani wanakuja kutupigia kelele hapa kwetu? So it's a matter of just teaching Kenyans how to seek redress without appearing to be a thorn in the flesh in these countries, because when you travel to another country, you are a visitor. The overlying principle is, if you are dissatisfied with where you are and you no longer want to be there, you are allowed to leave. Nobody will stop you from leaving that country and coming back home. Come back to your country. But if you wish to stay there, then you may have to adhere. I've lived overseas. I lived in Australia, I lived in the US, I lived in Dubai and worked in Dubai. There are principles that you have to adhere in Dubai. If they tell you you don't go shaking hands or hugging women, you don't do it, because that's their principles. If you feel like your rights for hugging is being embedded upon, come back home. Come and hug the ones in Kenya. Don't cross the border, because there are religious factors and other factors in different countries. Majority Leader, and that is why, we are doing civic education, so that we teach our young people how to adapt to these cultures. And cultural knowledge is very important. Even in countries in Japan, You go there, there's some ways you can cross your legs and insult a whole village. So we are teaching them how to really behave in some countries. Majority Leader, you asked about the system. What we did is that instead, just before I go to the ministry, a decision was made that instead of a new system, we are upgrading the National Employment Integration System under NEA with a grant of 400 million shillings from ILO. And when this is upgraded, it will have all this information that is there. Currently, as we speak, the NEA website has all the information about the valid recruitment agencies. So mtu akisema anataka kupeleka ngambo, you just go and check, are they valid? Is this person in that agency and their name? And are they following the laws and the principles? And most of the people who are taking overseas have Form 4 university degrees. They can do due diligence, and we are encouraging them to do so. Thank you also, Senator Nyotu, for your question about the issue about Saudi. It is very good to clarify here that in Saudi Arabia, we've got Kenyans who are doctors, Kenyans who are nurses, Kenyans who are teachers, Kenyans who are drivers, Kenyans who are ICT experts, Kenyans in the hospitality industry, Kenyans who are working in a variety of jobs, including in the government of Saudi Arabia. The issue we've had, you hear of Saudi Arabia, are issues of people working in homes. So we cannot say that it is Kenyans working there. It's a segment where we've had this small issue of people working in homes. So that is why we have had the new BLA, the working of the BLA. The Saudi Arabians have appointed somebody to deal with those issues, to respond to some of those challenges in homes, so that people are well protected. The issue of Europe and Canada and jobs is the fact that jobs are, people are taken to jobs according to available positions, the demands that are given. The difference is this: if you're going to work in Saudi Arabia, you're going to work in Qatar, you're going to work in these countries, the amount of money you need to pay your agency here is little, because a lot of the monies are given over there for your ticket and others. Even though they're not given in the UAE, it's low cost, it's just here. If you're going to go to Australia, for example, to work, the average money that you need to come up front with, even for the visa and everything, you're paying about 700 to 1 million shillings. So the jobs are there. But the amount of money you need to go to Germany, Poland, 700,000 shillings. That's why you see a lot of Kenyans who can afford are going to countries. But the positions are there and they're open to all Kenyans. They're not set for any community at all. Senator Osotsi, good senator from Vihiga, you gave an explanation of a person who has passed away. I'm not aware of that. I will investigate, and I'll find out the cause of death of this person. You say they were murdered. We'll find out. Murder is a police case. It means that somebody actually committed the murder and they need to be arrested. Investigations were done. Is it murder? Where were they murdered? Where were they at the time of murdering? Were they still working and all that? So I will find out. But it's also good to designate roles here, Mr. Speaker. I'm the Minister for Labor. I deal with Kenyans when they're here before they go overseas, and I monitor how they're doing. But the work of repatriating Kenyans when they're overseas is the State Department of Diaspora under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And that's where the embassies come in. So we work as a team to collaborate. So some of these issues you're asking about, the ambassadors would rather be asked to the minister in charge of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Senator Osotsi, you know you cannot pose a point of order against the CS. Proceed, Honorable CS.
Senator Wakili Sigei, thank you for that, pointing out about that error in spelling, and we will correct it. And we have posted labor attaches to Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, to Geneva in Switzerland, to Doha in Qatar, to Dubai in the UAE, and to Berlin in Germany. Those are the main sources where we are getting more demands for jobs. And I'm changing the labor attaches, and we are posting new ones within the next 2 to 3 months, but we require a budget of about 300 million for us to be, for us to be able to send them. And so we hope that if we had more money, we'd have more labor attaches in many countries that we'll be able to. But the consular services in those countries, we work with them, And so the teams on the ground with their embassies are able to undertake that work. Mheshimiwa Mazoya, umeuliza kuhusu dada yetu Maureen Nyajua ambaye ni mgonjwa. Ningependa kufafanua, na mwambia augue pole. Anaitwa Maureen Nyajua ambaye anaumwa, namwambia augue pole, namtakia mema. Ningependa
Senator Mazayo, what is your issue?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Stuart Mazayo.
Honorable
Mazayo.
CS,
And
the Senator for Kilifi is Stewart Mazayo, not otherwise.
And the lady I've spoken about, she's called Maureen Nyajua.
Thank you, Senator Mazayo. I think I said Senator Mazayo. And then I said the lady is called Maureen Nyajua. That's why I made a mistake, Nyajua. But I think Mazayo, I know you for many years. Everybody knows you. So sorry if I misspelled your name, but I think I pronounced your name properly, if I try to recall. So I think they mixed up because I said both names following each other. About Maureen Nyajua, ambao ulisema ameugua katika nchi nyingine. Mheshimiwa Speaker, ile maktaba, the agreement that we have, na mtu yote anapoenda ng'ambo, hizi nchi zinampa full medical care. Kama Saudi, uko na full medical care. Ukiugua, tumeona Wakenya wameugua sana huko, wamepelekwa hata the Royal Hospital, wanatibiwa ICU mpaka wanapona. It's fully covered. Na unatibiwa, unapona. Na katika pia kandarasi wanajaza, iko na return ticket. Sio lazima arudishwe na yule ambaye alimpeleka. Kuna return ticket as part of the agreement. Ya maana ukimaliza kazi ikiisha, au kukosa kazi, maybe umeugua, una return ticket imepeanwa na yule amekuajiri uweze kurejea nyumbani. Lakini ikiwa bado unamfanyia huyo kazi, sijui vile Maureen hali yake nitachunguza, lakini kwa ujumla simtaji, anasema kwa ujumla unakuta ya kwamba umepewa kazi na mtu fulani umfanyie kazi. Wewe unatoroka hiyo kazi, unaenda kufanya mambo mengine.
Honorable CS, just go straight to Senator Mazayo's question. And if you're not aware of the circumstances of Maureen Nyajua, you may plead to bring up more comprehensive response, because that is the general principles under which a minister operates. But in regards to Maureen, if you're not aware of the details, you may seek time so that you give us more detailed and comprehensive response regarding this particular girl that Honorable Senator has talked about.
Well guided, Mr. Speaker. I will find out about the case of Maureen Nyajua and about Mr. Mohammed, and just to clarify that if she was still working for the same employer, then she should be getting medical care, and we'll investigate why that is not so, and I'll be able to give a comprehensive answer to this House. I submit, Mr. Speaker.